Hey, happy Sunday. Take my shades off. Happy Sunday, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying this beautiful Sunday. Quick word today. Most of the battle is letting go. Most of the battle is letting go. Literally, most of the battle in whatever you're dealing with is letting go. We have a tendency to feel that we can control everything in situations. We're actually reared to believe that it's our responsibility to control everything in situations. Even as a child, as children, we're not taught to set our intentions really, I won't say none of our parents have taught us this, but I know that many times as children, we're just presented expectations, tasks, all of these different things, and then we're expected to live up to those different things. And many times those things are things that, we're not fans of or we're not inspired to do. So we have to force ourselves to do it. We have to make ourselves do it. As children, that's how we're reared. And that comes into our adulthood. We are not accustomed to living our lives where spirit comes first. We consult spirit on how we should be living our lives, and then make an effort to live up to our inspired actions only. A lot of times as adults, we are doing things we really don't want to do. We're doing things that we feel like we have to do. And then we tolerate those things in our lives, from relationships to jobs to even sometimes our health, things that are what we consider to be good for us. And so we are used to kind of a struggle. We're used to making things happen. We're used to pushing ourselves to do things. We're used to forcing ourselves to do things, because we're oftentimes not even honest with ourselves when it comes to the things that we are desiring. A lot of us don't even really know what we desire out of life. A lot of our desires is just to sustain our present situation. When we could be honest, there are some relationships that we wouldn't be in. There are many jobs that we would never work. There are people we would never be around. There are spaces, but we do those different things, just because, I have to, or what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do if I don't, it's like, oh, that's my mama, I gotta deal with that, or that's my mate, I gotta do that, So, but that's not the topic for today, being honest with ourselves is not the topic for today. The topic for today is letting go. Like, half the battle is letting go, which can help us to transition into a space where we're doing inspired actions only, and we're living a life that we actually want to live. And the letting go comes with finding a way for us to still our monkey minds, finding a way to continuously remind ourselves to not be sloppy with our thoughts and our energy, and constantly seeking gratitude, which gratitude is the key of us wrapping our minds around the knowing that everything is always working out for us. Everything is a divine order. All of our experiences are purposeful, and seeking understanding and balance through all situations versus trying to control things, right? So many times we get stressed out because we look at reality. We're like, well, say I'll take a situation that I stumbled upon today. Someone brought to me a situation. They're looking at, potentially they may get laid off because of things that's happening in the company, and the history of the company showed that they usually lay off the last person or whatnot. So here they are, they're stressed, they're looking at reality. And my point to them was consistently like, listen, is there anything you can do about it? That's the first question. Second question is, what benefit is it for you to sit in a negative mindset thinking about what you consider to be reality, which means you have dismissed the possibility that things will work out in your favor because you're looking at reality and you're stuck on reality. You have dismissed the fact that you are connected, you are of an omnipotent source of life and opportunity that you can tap into at any point in time, and that all of these things we call miracles that happen in our lives are absolutely possible. The way that happens is, only way you can really be in a position of these miracles or miraculous happenings despite what you see in reality is if you keep your vibration balanced. And the only way you can do that is let go. You know how your grandmama, auntie them, or whoever used to say, let go and let God? That is so real. Let go, let it flow. Because one thing about it, when you have a desire, a true desire of your heart, and you put it out in the universe, it's like putting it out. It's like putting an address in a navigation system. You know, the Most High being your navigation system. Let the Most High do what it does, and you just follow the way. You got to stay in tune, though. You got to stay balanced so you can hear inspired actions. You have to be in a position where you can, where opportunities can find you. You can attract not only opportunities, but attract the things, the resources, and all of the different things you need. But you cannot do that if you're vibrating. Come on, are we serious? We're in a fast lane going 40 miles per hour, sir. I'm gonna need for you to move over. Yeah, we can put ourselves, can't be in a position to receive if you have what we call negative attitude about things, because you're repelling and you attracting those things that you swearing up and down that you don't desire, because that's all you focusing on. That's where your mind is. And a lot of people, they don't really want to do the work to let go. You want to, like, you feel your self-soothing is worrying. Your self-soothing is talking to 25 people about it. That's how you self-soothe yourself. But the half of the battle, like I said, is the letting go of it. You got to let go. You got to let it go, and you have to stay focused on what you desire out of the situation. You have to go into your visualization, go into your meditations, relax your mind, whatever you need to do. Get outside, put your feet to the ground, go for a swim, go for a run, go for a walk, go hang out with some friends, whatever you need to do to switch your mind and not be focusing on that thing that you have no control over. And because you have so momentum in your mind, being that you don't have control over, and you keep trying to control over it when really you're out of control of it, it becomes, the reality becomes, you attract everything that you're trying to resist. What you resist persists. So letting go is essential, y'all, for real. Like, and what I can say is, and I can give a testimonial, I have been in a position where I have been without consistent income because the company I was working with had some issues going on for months, about 4 months. And I acknowledge that I believe these tests are coming into my life, or these situations or experiences are coming into my life to make sure that I know where my help comes from. And I'm grateful for these opportunities because it pushed me to practice what I preach, number one, but also to find strategies that are good for me to keep myself balanced. Some of the strategies that I have found to be effective is, if I begin to think about something that starts to bring about a level of worry, one simple thing is I stop thinking about it. I'm not going to sit and think about it. I'll do anything to stop thinking about it. Turn on a video. I turn on a YouTube, you know, one of my favorite motivational speakers or meditation persons. I'll just turn them on, or I'll turn on something funny, watch Netflix and chill. I don't know, do anything but sit there and think about that thing that I'm worrying about. That's one technique. Another thing that really, really helps me out is affirmations. Like, whenever I start to get into my head and start feeling that level of worry, I start saying those affirmations. I start talking myself down. Yennenga, everything is always working out for you. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is a divine order. Of course, you know there's blessings in these lessons, sis. Come on now. Be open to receive. I be talking to myself. Be open to receive. Be open. Open your heart. Lighten your heart. Light as a feather, sis. Light as a feather, sis. Don't get caught up in this physical world, sis. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you are quite powerful, sis. Look at the power. You are tapped into, tuned in and tapped into the energy that created the worlds. Sis. Really? You worried about that? Girl, stop. You know, that's a technique of mine that I do that's really helpful for me. So affirmations or just speaking to myself, you know what I'm saying? Speaking words of power. I'm definitely not about to call nobody and go over it 10,000 times on what I'm stressed about. I'm definitely not about to sit and and many of us live in our heads. I'm not about to sit and live in my head about this situation. I'm not about to do that at all. I'm just not about to do that. I'm going to talk myself down first. And then lastly, a technique that I really like to use, especially when I'm wanting to manifest something and I'm feeling like, you know, oh gosh, I just been, you know, I have had this desire for a minute. I'm not seeing it manifest. What in the world? What I do is I sit down, I take some time, I get out my momentum scripting book or my new moon journal, or whichever one of the journals that I write my manifestation scripting in, and I write a thank you letter to the universe. I sit there and I imagine myself sitting on the beach. I'm imagining that it's in Bali or it's in Costa Rica or somewhere. I'm sitting on a beautiful island and I'm chilling and I'm just basking in the fact that I'm so blessed. And I write a thank you letter to the universe. And I write those things down in gratitude in advance that I'm wanting to manifest. Oh, I give thanks for this, this, and this, and this. And I'm speaking gratitude in advance when I write that thank you letter. That really helps me. It puts me in a state of gratitude. It puts me in a state of knowing that these desires are beautiful and these desires are mine already. And so those are some of the techniques I use, you know. But finding the techniques that you can use to keep yourself balanced, to keep your mind light, heart light, to keep your mind off of being worried about something that the only control you have is to control your vibration so you can be open to attract those things that you need in order to get to the place that you're trying to be. That's it. That's all you can control. Outside of that, when you be pushing and pulling and struggling and all that stuff, all you're doing is taking the long route. That's all you're doing. You're detouring for no reason. That's all you're doing. You're detouring for no reason. So why? Why detouring? So that's the word, y'all. You know, the half of the battle is letting go. Let go. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. You know, whatever God is to you, let go and let God. Whatever that higher source is to you, let go and let it. It's so freeing. It's so liberating. It's so beautiful. Like, it's such a blessing. So, you know, take advantage of it. Don't live this life in a hellish way. You know, metaphysically, heaven and hell are not places that we go when we pass away. Heaven and hell are a state of being and a state of consciousness. And when we sin, you know, the whole idea of sinning is whenever you are entertaining doubt, whenever you're entertaining fear, whenever you are in any way disconnected from your source. You know, that's sinning. That's metaphysically, that's what sinning is. That's what sends you to heaven. So, sends you to hell. And when you're not sinning and you're glorifying the Lord, and when you are following the Lord's commandments, which is the Lord, metaphysically, the Lord is your highest self, and the commandments of your highest self is to seek balance, seek peace, seek gratitude, then you go to heaven. And that's a state of being and a state of mind. It is not a place that we're striving to go to. It's a place that we can experience right now. So which one you want to experience? You can experience heaven or you can experience hell. I'm trying to experience heaven every single day. All right, y'all. Church Tabernacle. Yeah, so I'm headed to Wadada. Yeah, I said I'll be there at 11, but come on, y'all. It's Sunday, man. And it's sunny. So, you know, I kind of hit up the gym a little bit and was hanging out at the house. So running a little behind, but I'm headed there. You can come out, grab you some stones, aura spray, smudge bundle, Palo Santo, Himalayan salt candle holder, I'll be doing some energy clearings around 2 o'clock. You can come out and get you some energy clearing. And be sure tomorrow is new moon and this is waning moon. So use this waning moon energy to release any stale energy, anything that no longer serves you, so you can be prepared for the new moon. And sign up for the powerful new moon meditation. If you're missing out on those new moon meditations every month, you are missing out truly. I have a consistent 30-something people who usually sign up in either their own live or they're getting the replay. And I can tell you that every single time they express their gratitude and their testimonials, you know, it's so powerful. So many breakthroughs that they're getting because they're tuning into the energy of the moon, which we are blessed to have the energy of the moon working with us, working for us, and we are connected to it so closely. And so when we use it intentionally, we have a better chance. Let me change that up. When we use it intentionally, we have more ease at experience that heaven that we want to experience. When we tune in and live intentionally, flow with the currents of the moon, the ocean, the animals around us, everything around us, we're connected. So working with the moon energy is powerful. It ain't got nothing to do with magic and all of this extra stuff. No, like people can do black magic and anything else with the energy of the moon because it's all energy. But that's not what we doing. That's not what we are just tuning in, and we are reflecting upon life, and we are connecting. We are tuning into our heart vibrations and allowing the moon energy to connect, and thus healing and manifesting those things we desire when we tune into this moon energy during the meditations. So I'll put it in the caption, the link for tomorrow's new moon. Make sure y'all sign up. And giving thanks for all who've already signed up for the summer solstice and birthday celebration. I'm very excited about that event. Very, very excited. It's going to be a party and it's going to be a powerful meditation. I'm really sitting on this prosperity meditation that we're going to do together because I seek for all people who are connected to the ministry to experience so much abundance for the next 6 months, the last 6 months of this year going into 2020. All right, I think that's it, y'all. Come see me. If y'all in the ATL, come and see me. Wadada, 848 Ralph David Abernathy in the West End. 848 Ralph David Abernathy in the West End. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.